He writes, many observers see market behavior that reminds them of the dot-com bubble, wild speculation, endless SPACs and IPOs soaring on their first day of trading. Do you agree that there is a close parallel to the late 90s and this is therefore, quote, quote, must end badly?
Yes, I think it must end badly, but I don't know when. I think this kind of crazy speculation in enterprises not even found or picked out yet is a sign of an irritating bubble. It's just that the investment banking profession will sell shit as long as shit can be sold. That's the kind of thing that can happen when you get a whole lot of people who are using liquid stock markets to gamble the way they would in betting on racehorses. And that's what we have going in the stock market. And the frenzy is fed by people who are getting commissions and other revenues out of this new bunch of gamblers. And of course, when things get extreme, you have things like that short squeeze.
Could you give us an update on your assessment of wretched excess in the system? Where does it appear most egregious?
Well, it's most egregious in the momentum trading by novice investors lured in by new types of brokerage operation like Robinhood. And I think all of this activity is regrettable. I think civilization would do better without it. So human greed and the aggression of the brokerage community creates these bubbles from time to time. And I think wise people just stay out of them.
He asked, previously, you have said, quote, it takes character to sit with all that cash and do nothing. I didn't get to where I am going but I didn't get to where I am by going after mediocre opportunities, end quote. In the past few years, equity prices have increased significantly, and cash has arguably become riskier due to central banking policy. Have you considered amending this quote or lowering your standards?
Well, I think everybody is willing to hold stocks at higher price earnings multiples when interest rates are as low as they are now. And so I don't think it's necessarily crazy that good companies sell at way higher multiples than they used to. On the other hand, as you say, I didn't get rich by buying stocks at high price earnings multiples in the midst of crazy speculative booms. And I'm not going to change. I am more willing to hold stocks at high multiples than I would be if interest rates were a lot lower. Everybody is.
He asked, what is the wisdom behind holding bank stocks compared to other stocks? Are they more stable?
Well, I think all stocks can fluctuate. And I do think banking run intelligently is a very good business. But a very wise man was said on an early occasion, our trouble with banking is we have more banks than we have bankers. The kind of executives who have a Buffett-like mindset and never get in trouble are a minority group, not a majority group. And so it's hard to run a bank intelligently. There's a lot of temptation to do dumb things which will make the earnings next quarter go up but are bad for the long term. And some bankers yield to the temptations. So it's difficult, but it's not impossible investing in bank stocks successfully.
Ask, what is the biggest competitive threat to U.S. banks over the long term? He asked, is it digital wallets like PayPal, Square, or Apple Pay? Is it Bitcoin, decentralized finance, or something else?
Well, I don't think I know exactly what the future of banking is, and I don't think I know how the payment system will evolve. I do think that a properly run bank is a great contributor to civilization, and that the central banks of the world like controlling their own banking system and their own money supplies. So I don't think Bitcoin is going to end up the medium of exchange for the world. It's too volatile to serve well as a medium of exchange. And it's really kind of an artificial substitute for gold. And since I never buy any gold, I never buy any Bitcoin. And I recommend that other people follow my practice.